Hello everyone. This video I'll go over my routine when I do foam rolling. I'm going to use a blue foam roller. It's medium in terms of firmness. White ones are a lot softer. Usually they lose their shape also very quickly. And then black is firmer. You can also use a PVC pipe. There's some foam rollers with spikes. Really, there's all kinds of foam rollers out there nowadays. But we're going to keep it fairly basic. And the rule of thumb I have is I'm going to do 5 rolls on each part. If you have an area that you feel is very tight, then I would encourage you to do more rolling on that area, 30 seconds to a minute, and try to really roll it out. So, and then I would recommend 2 ways of using the foam rolling. For a generic way, it would be you do 3 to 5 minutes of cardio to warm up, and then you would do some foam rolling, this routine, then you would do dynamic stretching, and you'd be ready to start your training. This is a generic routine. If there's any body parts that you may use other tools than the foam roller, but they have the same purpose, it would be a lacrosse ball or a softball to go in areas where the foam roller can't. That was one way as a generic warm-up. The second way is if you're training, let's say you're doing some squats, and you feel that your quads are really, really tight, for example. Then you could, in between sets, roll and try to kind of relax the fascia and help you go into your full range of motion for the movement. So those are the 2 ways I recommend. Today, generic overall warm-up. So I like to start with the back line and calves. So if the calves are tight, I'm going to lift myself up, and I'm just going to roll, and I'm going to do both at the same time. If that doesn't do much, you can cross one leg over, add weight. Okay? So we'll do that 5 times. And then after that, I move to the hamstrings. Okay? We're just going to roll it. Often this one, we don't feel much, but that's okay, we still do it. Next, we move to glutes. Now glutes, we'll do 1 at a time. I will start by sitting on my left cheek, so I'm bending the left leg, so I'm stretching the glute, and then I have one hand here on my ankle, the other hand on the floor. Also, if it's your first time doing foam rolling, it will be hard to find your balance, but you'll get used to it. And there's also a fair amount of core involved because you're just lifting your body up and keeping it up a little bit. So after I've done 5, I'll do the other side. Stretching the right glute, right leg is bent, it's on my left knee. Okay. From here I'm going to move to my back. So this one I'm going to cover a lot of ground. I want to make sure there's nothing behind me. Okay. And then I start on the shoulder blades. I give myself a tight hug, lift my bum off the floor, and I'm going to walk until the roller gets to my lower back. And then I'm going to walk back all the way to my upper back. The one rule of thumb, never roll on joints. So I'm not going to go all the way on my neck. Stopping before the neck. And we're going to do 5 rolls. Hugging myself stretches the back muscles. All right. From here, I'm going to attack the left side of my body. So I'm going to start with the lats and the left lat in particular. So my arm is straight. I'm turning my hand so my pinky is towards the ceiling. Lying on my side, using my right leg to prop myself up. And I'm going to roll on the lats. My bum and my side hip is off the floor. Okay, now I'm going to go on the other side. From here, we're going to go left IT bend. So that's on the side of the thigh. Often this area is very tight, so we're going to have a few variations. The hardest one, both legs are straight. I'm rolling from just above the knee to just below the hip. I'm on my elbows. For these ones, we're going to be on the elbows. Please remember that. If you go on your hand, you're going to be too high and you're kind of creating a lot of torque in the midsection for nothing. Okay, now if this is hard, you're going to put the top leg, in this case my right leg, I'm going to use it to lift myself up, take some load off the roller. So it's going to be a little easier. Okay, I can also use my right hand to lift myself up a little bit. From here, we're not going to go to this other side right away. We're going to go laying prone on my elbows, and I'm going to roll the front of my quads. Okay, you can play here with the toes, you can point them in. It's going to hit a little bit more the outside, or point them out. You're going to hit a little bit more the inside. Okay, and then from here I'm going to do the right IT band. Okay, 5 times. Excellent. So, we're almost done. The last one, a little bit more technical. We're going to do the inside of the thighs, and we're going to do it in 2 portions. We're going to do the portion that's closer to the knee, so the bottom half of my thigh, and then we're going to do the upper portion of the thigh, the inner thigh. For this one, I want to kneel, and I'm going to turn my foam roller on a 45-degree angle. From here, I'm going to lie down on my elbows. Okay, my right leg is straight on my toes. The left leg, my toes are pointing to the wall, to the side wall. Okay, and now I'm rolling just above the knee. And I know you can't see very well from this angle. We're going to get to the other side soon. And then I move to the top part of the thigh for 5 rolls. I go back on my knees, 45-degree angle. Lie down on my elbows, bottom of the thigh. So that's kind of like the teardrop for my quadricep. It's called the vastus medialis. Okay, nice 5 rolls. And then more the groin area. You'll see how my right foot is pointing to the wall, my left foot is on the toes, and I'm on my elbows here and just rolling this area. This area also will be probably tight. Inner and the outer of the legs will be tight, as well as most people's back are very stiff. Mostly a consequence of working at a desk all day and being in a sitting and kind of a little bit of a rounded position. Foam roller is a great tool. If you like it, please incorporate it, that's great. If not, that's okay. We're introducing it to you. And if it's not your thing, I'm sure other tools will be, and then you'll love doing those. What's important is that you enjoy doing it, and then, and of course, you'll see some benefits from it as well. And if you go with a foam roller that's a little soft, eventually we'll lean towards a firmer foam roller for the areas, especially the areas where you don't feel much. Soft foam roller won't allow you to really target those areas, so a firmer one will be. And if you have any questions, please message me in the comments or send me a message on my training app if you're a part of my online program.